All right, we're recording. So hello, everybody. Welcome to our team call this week. It is already July 10th, which is crazy. Thank you so much for being here. I know it's a little bit different today because it's a Sunday, but me and Laura talked about this like wicked awesome idea we have for our team, and it just couldn't wait. So thanks for popping on and being as excited as we are to hear about it and hopefully participate with us. So first off, I just want to do a quick reminder. I'm sure that most of us know, but the specials for this month for July is the 21-day Fix and Fix Extreme Challenge packs, as well as the Kickstarts and 22-minute Hardcore. So those are all wicked awesome programs. And life-changing programs, 22 minutes a day or half an hour a day. They're awesome. I know you guys all know how awesome they are. So definitely great specials going on this month. And then come Summit, the new Country Heat program releases, which I'm totally going to buy while we're there. I honestly wasn't even thinking about it until I heard Autumn talk about it on the National Wake Up Call, because I totally thought it was going to be like way too country and cheesy, if I'm being brutally honest. But it sounds like it's actually going to be awesome and a lot of fun. So I'll get it up there and hopefully give that a try. And regardless if I like it or not, I feel like so many people will mesh so well with that type of program. So I'm very excited about it and really kind of just falling in love with Beachbody so much more with how much they're broadening their horizons and just trying to reach so many different groups of people and their interests and all that stuff. So that is going to be awesome. But let's dive into what we want to tell you guys. So I think it was either the beginning or the middle of last week when Candace had this call in her Diamond group by Cim Carver. So I don't know if any of you guys know who Cim Carver is. He works for corporate. He's like, actually, I don't know his official title. Laura, do you know what his official title is? I totally don't know.
I don't know. He used to be a regional sales manager and he got promoted. So I feel like maybe he is like VP of sales or
maybe.
He's
okay.
One of the sales guys.
Yeah. But he like just speaks magic. He's like so motivating and he just gets it and he just knows what coaches need to hear and is so motivating and basically knows how to simplify because he knows so many coaches overcomplicate things and anyway, he knows exactly what to say. And this call that he did for Fit Mama for Candace's Diamonds the other day was like ridiculously unreal. Laura listened to it before I did and she messaged me and she's like, oh my God, did you listen to this call? Like he had so many great points. Like we need to do a group focused on what he talked about. And as soon as I listened to it, I 100% agreed. So, Laura said he's a senior director of field development in Hispanic sales. Okay. I wonder why he's so good. The call was recorded, so I'm going to share it. Well, let me get to what we're going to do. So I'm going to kind of like quickly do an overview of what he said in the call because I'm going to share it with you guys. But basically, he said how we kind of like often coaches that he works with overcomplicate things and look too far ahead and kind of forget to keep themselves in the basics of the business. And he gave these 4 tips that he recommended all coaches do every single day. One of them, the first one is your why. So I know we've talked about this a lot, or Matt, sorry, this is probably the first time you're hearing about your why. But your why is not only the reason you became a Beachbody coach, but it's that thing that develops the further along you get into your coaching journey. It's the reasons why you're doing what you're doing. It's what you are looking for. It's kind of, as you continue on your coaching journey and you get more involved and you learn more about it and it starts changing your life more, you realize how much you can achieve with this opportunity. But then you also realize why you want to do this journey. So your why is powerful. The more you get into your journey, it's emotional. It's that thing that is going to keep you going when things get really hard. Like, for instance, your why could be to, like, for me, part of my why is I want to be a stay-at-home mom when I have kids someday so that I can watch them grow up. And in order for me to do that, I have to work my butt off and, build a business to the point where I could be a stay-at-home mom. And that is something that's really important to me. So whenever I feel like I'm getting stuck, or feel like I'm not getting anywhere, or feel like I'm failing, or like any of those things, it is so beneficial to you to remind yourself of your why so that you keep going. So number one is to really focus and determine what your why is. Number two is to set goals and a vision for yourself. Not just goals, but a vision. I love that he added that vision part of it, because I think that's so important, and that's something that I haven't really done. So this is kind of all going to be new for me personally. But setting goals for yourself and creating a vision for how you want to see yourself achieving those goals is the second tip that he shared that everyone should do. The third is to develop an action plan. In other words, you're going to have your goals, and then you're going to break them down into daily actions that you need to be doing in order to achieve those goals. And then the last one is accountability. And that is basically holding yourself accountable to everything. But I mean, we can all hold ourselves accountable to ourselves, but it's so much more valuable when other people are involved to help you hold yourself accountable. It's almost like it adds a little more, not pressure necessarily, but having an accountability partner or a group or something like that, basically like our challenge and support groups, helps you want to stay more accountable to your goals. So again, I'm going to share the call with you guys because he obviously talked about those things way better than I just did. But when Laura approached me and explained, she gave me a little bit of a rundown of what he said, and she was like, I think this would be such a great idea to do for a team-wide group so that all of us are together in a group, whoever wants to be. I mean, it's, obviously it's not required of anybody, but for anyone who wants to start focusing back on the basics and start really focusing in on your why and understanding what it is and building on that, really setting actionable goals for yourself, 30 to 60 days max, and then setting daily actionable items that you can do in order to achieve those goals, and then having us to be accountable to, I think is such an awesome idea. So we decided that starting tomorrow, we're going to put this group together. And for anyone who wants to be involved, Laura created a Google Doc that she's going to share in our team page. And it basically is just going to have you fill out your current why, goals, and action plan. And it's also going to ask you a couple of other questions as you're kind of, not really like an application to get into the group, but just as a starting point, so that you know what your why, goals, and action plan is now. You're ready to go. And then each week we're going to kind of redo everything because these things can change, which is kind of awesome. Like, we can grow and change and, adjust things according to how things are working, how things aren't working, suggestions other people are making, and stuff like that. So, but we didn't want to wait. We wanted to get this started ASAP because we're halfway through the month practically already. Summit is coming up in like a week and a half, and I think this is such a great opportunity for us to kind of all get focused in, hi Tati, for us to all get focused and start working together and holding each other accountable and kind of just like going back to the basics again and reminding ourselves that, you know, we don't have to overcomplicate things. We just need to set goals and set action items and do them. And another thing that we wanted to incorporate kind of into this group, I don't know if all of you had read or listened to The Miracle Morning yet. If you haven't, I highly recommend it. It is, it's by Hal Elrod, Halelrod, The Miracle Morning. It's amazing. And he talks about lifesavers is what he calls them. S is for silence, A is for affirmations, V is visualization, E is exercise, R is reading, and S is scribing or journaling. So basically the whole idea is that you wake up early in the morning and you spend however much time you have basically to do each of those things. But if you read the book or listen to it, it's pretty amazing how many people have said it's changed their life. And I think that if whoever wants to, obviously, but for, you know, doing a group like this and spending the time for it and really like diving into it and taking it seriously and making the time to do everything, I think The Miracle Morning will make a huge difference in our ability to, I'm sorry, Tati is just being adorable and she's distracting me. But I just think it'll add so much to the group. And for those of us that want to do The Miracle Morning, people in the group can hold us accountable. So like we could pair up. I know, Danielle, you're kind of on that total opposite side of the coast right now, but I wonder if, like, you know, you could maybe pair up with somebody who may not be such an early riser and you guys can kind of meet up first thing in the morning and not, I mean, I don't know, you can talk about whatever you want to talk about, but if anything, just say like, hey, I'm up, let's do this, like, let's get this done, and or whatever. People on the East Coast can pair up and decide on a time they want to wake up and hold each other accountable to that. I don't know, I just feel like this might be like basically the perfect thing for our team right now, just to kind of get us all together and focus on building and doing actionable items that are aligned with our goals and aligned with our why. Because I think it's so easy to just forget about those things or to not even necessarily take the time to set those. So this will help us focus and definitely do all of that. And other things that we'll do in the group is, like I talked to Laura, she can share some of her business activity tracker trainings again, and we can be, you know, using those things and sharing them if we want to. Every night we'll post asking each other, did you win the day? And you can either say, yes, I did everything and I won the day, or no, I didn't. How can I improve? We can share personal development, like things that we read or listened to that really spoke to us. We can share it in the group so that we're all kind of getting used to sharing it and also learning from each other. There will be points if you comment on the group posts. There will be points, so there will be a prize to be won at the end. What else? Am I missing anything? Oh, you know, we'll go over the 4 vital behaviors and we'll kind of share each other's strengths and weaknesses. Like if some of us feel really strong, like that they have a strength in a certain part of coaching, like share that with everybody else and help them learn from what they've had success with. And if anyone has certain things that they're struggling with, we can share it in there and help each other out. So it'll kind of be like a challenge group for exercise, but instead for coaching. So that's kind of it. Does anyone have any questions? Or Laura, did you want to add anything? I kind of like went over that a little bit randomly.
No, I think that was good. And I think, you know, this is sort of a work in progress. It was just sort of a a great idea coming off of the inspiration from Kim's call. So we'll build it as we go. And I think the concept will be that every 30 days we can kind of start fresh and add new coaches and expand to maybe, the bigger teams, whether it's Fit Mama or whether it's, the people we know. But this group will be for everybody. So I don't want it to be like, Jackie and I are running it. I think as part of that Google form, one of the questions I ask is, what is your strength? What do you see as like your biggest, the thing you've got mastered, so that we can tap into you to help people with those things. And then what's the thing you're struggling with most, so that we can then find somebody that has that to offer you. And we can really just start helping each other troubleshoot and build back to the basics, back to just those fundamentals, like Jackie said. And then the only other thing I'll add, which you'll see when you watch Kim's video, and then we'll also talk about as a group, is he talked a lot about your goals being very personal and controllable. So one of the things that he said that was sort of an aha for me was, your goals shouldn't be, I'm going to get my coaches to Emerald or my coaches to Diamond, or I'm going to get to Success Club 10 this month. Your goal should be like, I'm going to help 5 people, because that's something I can control, whether it's helping with a challenge pack, because I might not be able to force them to buy a challenge pack, but I'm going to help 5 people, or I'm going to help 20 people this month. Helping them may be a free group, helping them may be it, but by doing that, you're gonna eventually reach those other sort of tangential like rewards and sort of bonuses, as he called them. But the goals should be things that you really, really can control, that that you can control. And that kind of was like an aha for me, like, all right, well, I need to really work on that. And then your daily activities become easier to figure out, because like, oh, I know how to help people. I don't necessarily know that I can sell a challenge pack today, but I know that I can help people. I can send them some advice. I can send them a meal plan out or a recipe out. I know that there's different things I know I can do to help people. So when you think about your goals, think about things that you can actually control, and then multiply that out. And then like team goals or sort of aspirations for your team, that's sort of a different category, and that'll come too. But when you're talking about the fundamentals, it's really about controlling the controllable.
Yes, that is a very good point. Thank you for bringing that up. And what I'll do is I'll share that video in the group tomorrow morning. Huh?
I already put it in the group.
Oh, sweet. How did I not notice that? Oh, perfect. All right.
I didn't put it in Embrace. I put it in the new group.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I was going to put it in there.
Yeah.
Sweet.
I just did it like 10 minutes before the call.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Awesome. Yay.
Yeah.
All right. So, and then will you post the Google Doc in Embrace then?
It's there now.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. So once you've sort of filled out the Google Doc, we'll add you to the group. And then one of the first things we're going to do, and we'll post about this tomorrow, is ask people to then share, basically the same stuff that you wrote in your Google Doc, share it in the group. And whether you want to do that in a video, which is great practice, or whether you want to do it in a written post, that's sort of up to you. But again, all of these things will be optional, but it's great. I think the other thing we talked about earlier today, or yesterday when Jackie and I were talking, was using this group as a practice forum. So like, if you want to practice going live and you have never done that and it's something that scares you, we can use this group to practice it. If you want to make videos and like do cool things like that, you could use this group to do that. If you want to actually share a post and you're like, does this post sound cheesy, or does this post sound too salesy, or does this post, you could share it in the group. So it'll be a good sort of practice ground for us to do things that might feel awkward or outside our comfort zone, and we can get feedback from each other.
Yay! Hey, Dion! I'm so excited about this. I know. They're being so funny. Oh, she's muted.
Oh, it's Tati's bedtime. So.
Oh, okay. Love you, girl.
She's procrastinating. I love it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. And quickly, I wanted to mention about a potential retreat. Danielle, I'll talk to you about this. I'll private message you after. So Laura is like just awesome, by the way. Let's just say that. she had this awesome idea to kind of have a little retreat for whoever is able to come. And, well, hang on, let me back up a little bit. So, you know, we have these Zoom calls, which is awesome. I'm so happy that this is an option for us. And we see each other for certain events like Super Saturdays, and a bunch of us will get together at Summit. But we haven't really had like a group gathering with our team where we can like learn from each other still, but just like kind of hang out and get to know each other more, and you know, click together more as a team, and all that good stuff. So Laura has offered to invite us to her home. It's going to likely be in September. We're thinking either the weekend of the 9th or the 23rd, which is kind of up in the air. So we'll discuss further. You know, we'll talk about sharing, like I might do a poll or something and see if there are certain weekends that work better for people. I know there are some of you who are far away. So we will definitely be in contact with you guys who are far away to see if you would be able to make it. And if not, even those who are close or far who cannot make it, we can still do like a Zoom chat for certain parts of it to, you know, make sure everyone's involved. But, you know, I think it'll be a wicked fun and exciting little retreat for us to get together as a team and share more of who we are and why we're doing this and what our goals are, and then just to have fun together. So get to know each other and, you know, all that good stuff. So that is happening this September, and I will post more about that in a little bit, but I just wanted to kind of share that in here too to get everyone excited. This year's just been awesome. And other than that, I mean, I think that's pretty much everything. Does anyone have any questions or want to add anything? All right. Well, oh, cool. So
I have a question totally unrelated.
Yeah, sure.
I just don't know what the heck to bring for clothes to Summit.
To Summit? Oh my gosh.
I don't know what I'm supposed to wear.
Oh, well, I will tell you.
Little as possible.
Nashville in July.
Yeah, it's hot, right?
What did you say?
I said it's hot, right?
Possible. Yeah.
It's like 90 to 100 degrees, or at least that's what it feels like. It's very,
I cut my hair off.
Yeah, it's, do not. It's
I'm
very
not, don't worry.
and very humid, but it's a total blast. And it's seeming like this year they kind of pushed back the nighttime events by, I actually haven't even looked, but probably like an hour or so. So hopefully the sun won't really be shining on us at the stadium anymore by the time we get there, although it may be for a little bit, but not as long as it was last year. But anyway, be prepared to be really warm. So I would wear, you know, lighter clothing. Keep in mind that, so like last year at one of the stadium nighttime events, I think I wore like shorts or something, and then sorry, but my legs were like sliding all over the chair because I was sweating so bad. So and then so like nighttime, like cute outfits, nothing too fancy, and things that you know you're going to be really warm in, so be prepared for that. And then during the day, I just wore yoga pants and tank tops, like nothing special, like almost what I would wear to work out. And keep in mind that I'm going to try to get to Core like as early as possible this year. I waited too long last year. Core is the clothing, like the store where you can buy all kinds of new gear that's coming out, and most of it you won't ever see again. So yeah, somehow most of it doesn't end up on the website, which is really depressing, which is why I spent a lot of money last year. So, you know, keep in mind that you may be buying some things that you could be wearing while you're there, but still, I mean, honestly, during the day, I just wore yoga pants and a tank top each day to like all the events during the day. We're getting there on Wednesday, so you're going to want to have like, you know, shorts and a tank top or whatever, or a dress for during the day and at nighttime. But other than that, for all the Beachbody events, you're kind of just wearing, comfy and simple. Bring a light zip up because it is kind of chilly inside. And I brought a backpack too to have like my notebook, a water, to put my zip up in for when I was outside and stuff like that. So nothing too crazy. Like I brought way too much last year.
Yeah.
Way too much.
Unless you're like invited to one of the VIP events, the actual conference is very casual. So dress how you're comfortable.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining, and I will post the recording and the page probably tonight. And yeah, I'm so excited about this group tomorrow. So definitely fill out that Google Doc. You have until tomorrow night just to make sure that you're, not too far behind in the group. And then you can get in there and listen to that Cim video because it's like, he's just awesome. And I love the stories he tells. Mm-hmm. He's so me, by the way, how he said how he used to like not like talking to people, and then all of a sudden he read, actually I have this book, what is it called? How to Win Friends and Influence People, right? I think that was the book that he said that changed everything for him. So anyway, he's awesome. I love listening to everything he says. So I'm super excited for our team and for this group. And yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of the night. And I think this is perfect timing too to like get us all pumped up and focused and everything before Summit, because our minds are gonna be blown there. So yay!
Cool. I'm excited.
Me too. All right, have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much for joining.
Good night.